Yeah, that's right. Getting my workout in right now. Just did my yoga. More typo negative. Beautiful song. Just got done doing yoga. I was like so every day and then just push-ups here. Yes, the other day I was walking around singing this song right here along the canal banks and the ditch banks to everybody. All the dogs were barking in this one shelter when they heard my voice. It sounded so beautiful. I sang this last part coming up here, and I just stuck in my head and I started singing it. I couldn't stop. It's fun to just walk around and sing. It's something beautiful to the world. Watch how the animals react, and the people too. Who cares what they think? Whether they like it or not, doesn't matter. We're meant to sing. So let it out and sing. Walk along the canal banks and nature and parks and sing. Sing beautiful songs and things that mean something to you. Do what means something to you in this life. Live this life for you, for yours, so you can live, so you don't die. I woke up today, I feel like I'm going to die in this apartment of loneliness. I'm going to die of sadness. But this song saved me right here, this line right here. All hail and farewell to King. All hail and farewell to King. All hail and farewell to King. Farewell to it might be Peter Steele. This is Peter Steele. He's not alive anymore. Oh, hail Peter Steele. I hail all of you. Hail to all of you. Farewell. I'm going to take off. We all have to take off. We can't be on the computer forever. Farewell. We got to go live our lives. Like Peter. Peter was wild. Listen to him. Isn't he great? He never knew what he was going to do in a song. He never knew what Peter Steele was going to do in a song. He'd go from singing, all hail and farewell to Kingdom, to the next line. What a fucking genius. That's Peter Steele. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I grew up on, was typo negative. And this is the music that moves you. Even at 54 years old, man, this music's been around. Peter Steele died at 48 because he was a large man and he had a big heart, and his heart couldn't take the size of how big he was. He's like 7 feet tall. He looked like a long, beautiful hair, just looked like a 7 foot tall God, prophet of knowledge, and the music that he shared, and the knowledge that he shared in his songs. Every word he said was what taught me who I am today. It made me who I am today. That's why every Type O Negative album that came out, I just used to strive to get it so I could read every little lyric that he wrote, and every word that he wrote would teach me something about myself. Peter Steele saw so deep inside of himself in his lyrics, and he was so much like me and you. Nobody was like me and you, like Peter Steele. Number one, best, Pedro Steele, right there. The best ever singer, best songwriter ever. Number one. Everybody else comes after Peter Steele to me. Peter Steele's number one. This is the trees I was talking about. I want you to get a good look at those, the way we used to live in those trees. We're going to go back to those trees again. They were so beautiful. You know, at Yosemite, it's called Half Dome. I don't know what Half Dome is, but this is Half Dome right here. It's Half Dome. They call this Half Dome right there. And what this is actually, Half Dome right there, if you can see it right here, and then it comes around here, and this whole thing used to come around here into a big tree stump. That's just a piece of the tree stump. It came all the way around this whole freaking valley right here and formed one big bottom of the tree, and that's just a part of the tree that they chopped off right there. And they trimmed it when they trimmed it, then they cut it right here. That's just part of the tree stump. This whole thing, that's just a piece. This right here is just a little piece of the tree stump of this mountain. Half Dome is just a little piece, sliver of the tree stump that came all the way around this whole freaking valley. A big tree. And guess what it looked like? See that one? See that right here below it? That's what it looked like, right here. Right here. See that puppy? See that puppy right there? See that beautiful tree? See how it's got that hole in it, like a cave, like a home? Look at that home coming into the tree. Look at the colors in the tree, the reds. I hope you can see all those colors, all the purples, reds. See that? See, that's the bottom right there. And they cut this up right here when they trimmed it, and they cut the tree down. They went zzz and cut it right here, and that's what formed Half Dome, right there. That's what formed this right here. See that wall coming around there? That's this right here. That's this. So when they cut this, cut all that, that's what I'm saying. The trees used to grow out to the side. See how they all came out to the side and came way out here? This tree was probably 20 miles high. Okay? This mountain right here used to be a big tree. Behind this is why they're leaving here a little clue right here. This is truth in plain sight by leaving this picture right here. Look at this, it almost looks like a human leg over here. See, this almost looks like a human leg coming off the tree. They're so beautiful. The trees were so beautiful. They took shape of just, look at the beautiful tree. It's red. Look at all the reds in it. And you could, all this is so big. These were like city blocks. This tree was so big that all of these could be homes that you would live in. All of these were homes. And as you could see, right here, look at that. That's a nice entrance going right in there. You could just walk right up. If you were an ant, see, so you would just crawl right up it, and go right up into the freaking home. But this by the size of this Half Dome and the way this tree was, we were smaller than an ant compared to that thing. So that's what the trees used to look like. This is what it came out way out here into the sky and shot up into the sky, and you could just pick any little part of that tree you wanted to live in. Here in the branch, you could drive. Imagine you could drive your car probably 25 miles from here to here. You could just walk right up into this and find homes everywhere. Look at that big cave. There's a big home right there. Everybody would start here and just work their way up the tree. The mountain right here. And this is what this used to be right here behind this. It's a big mountain. This mountain behind here was a big tree that shot up into the sky. That's what they used to look like. Okay, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. So beautiful, huh? You don't see trees like that now that shoot out to the side and do all that like that. And imagine living in that. You know, imagine living in this. You know, just the shape that wood takes. You know, the trees. You know, trees take. Look at all the places you could live in. That I think was 20 miles high, and this is just a piece of one. Imagine a full tree. You know, so imagine the homes that could be lived in. Look at this piece of wood. Look at all those that's a big thing. Look at all those little homes and holes in it you could live in. That was 20 miles high, and you were as tiny a little speck moving up that thing. You could easily find treks and ways to live in that, and climb up it and navigate it. At least like an ant does when it goes up a tree. You know, there's all kinds of ants living in my trees out there. You know what I mean? That's what we were like, ants on a big tree. You know what I mean? And that's what we used to do. That's what these all mountains are, tree stumps. You can't tell the difference between a piece of wood and a rock because all mountains are tree stumps. You know, and all mountains are rock. All trees are rock. Trees are what make rock. Like this right here. This is a piece of wood. See, that's wood. But then you turn it this way and look at the color of it. It looks like a rock. See, it takes the color of a rock, more of a rock shaped rock. Look at this piece of wood right here. You know, you can live in those little homes. You can just find little crevices to live in. You know, this one right here is another home you can live in. Wood takes some shapes that just form things that you can live in very easily, and beautiful shapes that wood takes. But it also looks like a rock. You can't tell the difference between a rock and a piece of wood. You know, like these are both one's a piece of wood and one's what they call a rock. Which one? You can't tell. So you can't tell. Okay, because I'll tell you right now, you don't know. This one right here is a piece of wood, even though it looks like a rock, and this one right here is a heavy piece of rock, even though it looks like a piece of wood too. So you can't tell the difference between the two. But this one right here is what they call a rock, but it looks like a piece of wood. See, it looks a lot like that piece of wood, you know, just like the same texture as wood, you know. It takes the same texture as wood. So you can't tell the difference between that rock and this piece of wood. See, they take the same kind of shapes, and because petrified wood becomes rock. And here's some from 2K, 2 miles up. This is called 2 mile up the tree stump. You go up 2 miles and you start getting different colors inside of the tree sap. This is crystals right here, a bunch of crystals. That's tree sap, actually, from one of the fruits from the tree. This is one of the inside of the melons of the fruits. This is what it is, or tree sap, one of the others from the trees. Right here, that's what this is, right here. That's what all these crystals are. It's tree sap, and whatever comes from those trees. You know, parts of those trees. Even this is right here. Look at this beautiful brown crystal. Black running through it, and white running through it. This cost me like $25 for this little piece right here. But look at all those browns in it. Look at all those pretty colors running through that. That's part of that tree. See, it's just, you get it forms precious stones, semi-precious stones. This right here cost me like 30 bucks, 25 bucks for this piece. But it's so beautiful. See, they sell it, they're sugar coated. That's so beautiful. Look at this green one right here. This is another piece from a tree. You know, but it's a rock. You know, but look, it's green. Look at all the homes and that. Imagine that was a huge, you know, part of the tree. You could live in that. All those are little homes to live in. Little crevices that we used to live in inside of these big trees. You know, don't forget about these big trees. And there's a piece of one right here. Look at that. Look at all the blue in that. How beautiful those trees must have been. They have rainbow eucalyptus trees and all kinds of different colored trees out there. All mountains are tree stumps. We need to get to the North Pole. I love you all. Eat vegan, and each of these, grab some walnuts, make these a meal too. Look at this, walnuts. Each one of these is a little meal. Here's another vegan meal. Get your walnuts and take these everywhere you go. All right? I love you all. flat power to each one of you. I'm going to the North Pole. Come with me. I love you.